All right, what I want you to do is just copy down everything I have or everything I say as a review on all of the different ways we can write linear equations. Okay, remember a linear equation in slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I'm going to write all of these equations in y equals mx plus b form. Oh, my thing's not plugged in. So remember, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Right, in the first little block, it says the slope and y-intercept are already given. Here is the slope. That means this is my m. Here is the y-intercept. This is my b. I just plug both of those numbers in for m and b. Make sure that you understand the slope is the number in front of x, okay? So when I write this equation, it's y equals my slope, which is 1/3 x plus b plus -5. I'm just going to write minus 5 because plus -5 is weird. I mean, you could write that if you want. It's okay. I'm a little weird too. All right, that's it. If you're given the m and the b, you just plug them in, okay? From a graph, I am looking for m and b. So let's find the m first, okay? From the graph, remember we talked about the slope from a graph is the rise over the run. So I start with the lowest point here, and I want to count my vertical rise, 1, 2. That means my numerator is 2. Now I'm running to the left. Remember, that's negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. That looks a little messy, so I'm going to rewrite it. So my slope is 2 over -5. For negative, I know IXL does not like it when you put the negative in the denominator. So the slope is -2 over 5. We just counted the vertical rise over the horizontal 1. Pay attention to your positive and negatives, right? Clearly, looking at this line, I can see that the negative slope is going downhill. All right, my B is the easiest thing to see. It is where this line crosses the y-axis, right there. I circled it. What is that y value? Well, it's down 1 from the origin, so that means my B is -1. Once I have my m and my b, I do what I did like I did in the first example. Y equals -2 over 5x minus 1. All right, so if your y-intercept is negative, just write a minus there, okay? That's okay. All right? Now we're going to look at equations in standard form. This is where we had a little bit of trouble, I think. Some of us were having a hard time because, you know, face it, some of things can be kind of confusing when you have letters and numbers mixed in. You're like, what are you doing? This is standard form where x and y are on the same side. I want it to be in slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form, slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. Y is all by itself on the left side and everything else is on the right. So here is my equation in standard form. 4x minus 2y equals 14. I want y to stay. I want everything else to go. Since this 4x is positive, I'm going to subtract it from both sides of the equation. I'm not taking 4 from 14 because I'm subtracting 4x. And 14 doesn't, they're not like terms, okay? It's like cats and dogs don't make babies, okay? So do not combine things that are not alike. So it cancels out on the left side. Now I have -2y equals, I'm just going to drop this -4x in here. And I'm going to bring my positive 14 right there. Okay? I did not subtract 4 from 14. I just made room for it. Now, I need to get y by itself. Some people might say you want to add 2, but this is not subtraction. This is multiplication. Here, I am multiplying -2 times y. How do I undo multiplication? I divide. So we divide by -2. Now, when we divide, everybody gets divided. Okay? This goes away. Now I just have y equals -4 divided by -2 is +2x. positive 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7. That wasn't so bad, but take your time. Standard form, you want to solve for y. This stays. Everything else goes to the other side of the equation. All right, now we get to our little gem that you all love so much. You're like, point slope is so easy. I love it. I love it so much. All right, remember, point slope, we're going to use the point slope formula. I'm going to write that down up here. Y minus y1 equals my slope, parentheses, x minus x1. Remember when we were doing this? It's subtraction with the y and with the x. So if your coordinate is negative, you're going to change it to addition. You are just plugging in numbers. You're plugging in your order pair right here and there, and then you plug in your slope. All you need to do is distribute and then get rid of what's with y, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and plug it in. All right, we always start with y minus y1. Well, here's my y1. It's positive 3 equals my m, which is negative 3, parenthesis, x minus x1, but x1 is a negative. It's negative 1. So minus a negative becomes addition. And now we have plugged it into point slope. So we're going to distribute. Boop, boop. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Bring down what I have here. Now I'm one step away to get this puppy all solved for y, right? All I need to do is get rid of this negative 3. It's a subtraction, so we add. To the 3, to the like term. I'm not going to add to the term with x. I only add to the other number. So y equals negative 3x. Oh, negative 3 plus 3 is 0. You could write plus 0. You could also leave it like it is. I'm going to leave it like it is. I'm also going to write the other way because I'm a weirdo. All right, y equals negative 3x plus 0. No, I can't do 0 because it's in the blue. All right, either way, it's not wrong if you want to write the plus 0. You know that your y-intercept is 0. Make a point on the origin. Go down 3 and write 1. All right, last but not least, 2 points, which is kind of like a mashup of the slope formula that meets point slope formula. So first, let me remind you the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So first, let's find the slope. M is my slope. I'm going to identify my coordinates. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. And I'm going to plug it into this formula here for slope. M equals that. So negative 13 is my y2. And I'm going to subtract negative 7 minus negative 7. Be careful about that. What happens with minus a negative? We change it to a big fat plus. Then we do x2, which is 8, minus negative 4. Minus negative 4 becomes addition again, right? Negative 13 plus 7 is negative 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. I need to always make sure I reduce, okay? Because the last thing we want to do is go down 6 and write 12 if we could have done it a little easier. So negative 6 over 12 is actually negative a half. Once we have the slope, we're going to go back to point slope, and we're going to pick a point. It does not matter what point you pick. I promise you, you're going to get the same equation if you did your math right. So I'm going to pick the point. None of them really are coming striking me as beautiful, but whatever. We'll pick this point here. That's going to be my point. And here is my slope. So I'm going to use point slope. Y minus y1, which is negative 7, so minus a negative is addition, equals m times x minus x1. And x1 is also negative. See, it's negative 4. So it's going to be x plus 4. Oops. Now we're going to distribute. Negative 1/2 x. Negative 1/2 times 4. Well, what's half of 4? 2. It's negative. Okay, cool. And then I have y plus 7 equals that. I'm one step away from being done. And I hope you didn't run out of room on your little paper because I'm seemingly running out of room in my little box. All right, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. We get y equals negative 1/2 x minus 9. And that's it. That's how we write the equation with 2 points. That's not that hard. You just gotta find the slope. You make sure you always put your y coordinates on top. So you're always gonna have that slope formula close by to you, so do not worry. What I want you to do now is I want you to show the teacher that you copied this graphic organizer down, and then I want you to complete the riddle activity on, that she's gonna give you, or you can remember it here. You must include your work with this assignment to get the credit for it, okay? If you're working with partners, that's what I would suggest, to work with a partner. One person does all of the alphabet on the left side, and then one person does all of the numbers on the right side, and then you match up your answers. I need the work for everyone, and I need to know who was partners, okay? And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and then after you're done that classwork, there is an assignment, and I'm sure you're all so smart, you're gonna all get it done in 2 seconds. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.